right? And you gonna kill him. Well, if he ran, I got the rhythm to shoot him. But I've seen Edomites run around naked, harassing people, and the cops over there. You can tell this dude is lunatic, and he's convicted of murder, right? He's crazy. He running around naked in the street, and they all trying to catch him being all nice and stuff. Let that have been a Jake. That nigga would have been dead, man. Dead. Oh, you can tell he was mentally. The nigga is convicted of murder. He convicted of killing his family. But because he's an Edomite, you don't want to violate his rights. But let you be a Jake. Guns blazing. See, the Constitution is a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit because it's established by the damn devil.
This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one iota or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
See? That's another reason why the Most High got to fulfill His word. Like, we want the Lord to come back today. The Lord said, I got to fulfill those prophecies, man. I said it, so I gotta let it. But pray that the days be short. He said that.
And through the scriptures, we know that and the prophecies, we know that the Most High's Constitution don't fail. You know, he's not gonna lie, like the Akim brought out. You know, the Most High is not a man that he should lie. You know, but Esau is the father of lies. So all you can expect from him is a lie.
And you got it in paper, you got all that stuff, and they'll break it. They'll break it. The Most High didn't say, all right, now Moses, write all this down and go get a signature from every Israelite proving that, no, man, it was established by faith. The scripture tell you itself that the only reason the Israelites inherited the land of Canaan, it wasn't because of us. It wasn't because of us. We was stiff-necked. It was because the Lord promised that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that his seed would dwell in that land. You know? Come on, man. Come on. The Lord told Israel from the beginning, don't think you're doing this because of you stiff-necked, Israelites. It's because I promised the fathers before you that you ain't even seen. What does that tell us about the Lord? This man's a man of his word. And the man before us, great man.
You still want that Hebrews 11?
Yeah, we'll go through this and then we'll get to that.
Verse, continuing in
the white man isn't a man of his word. If he promise you something, man, you take that promise to the garbage, man. To the garbage. Right? That's what happens when you make a deal with the devil. He always lets you know you made a deal with me. He can do what he wants. Right? That's what your celebrity's gonna find out very soon.
If I may add, and these niggas still going to these polls and how many Edomites have got up? Anybody running for them? How many times they done got up there and lied and smack to your face, and when they get in, what happens? Nothing.
Still got a vote, says the white man. The white man says that you don't have the right to complain unless you vote. So only if you go vote, then you can complain. That's a bullshit.
Continuing on in Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 16. For men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife.
That's very true. When somebody disputes or promises something, they'll swear, right? I'll put that on this. I swear to you, this is it. To end all strife, to end it all. To end a conversation, to end a debate, or whatever it is, they'll swear, right? The scripture tell you not to do that, but they'll do that, right? To promise, I promise. Put that on it. I will do this, right? It's to end all strife. The Most High did that. The Most High did that. And it goes on to tell you that he can't go against what he did, right?
Verse 17, wherein Yahawah willing more abundantly to show unto the heirs of promise, the heirs of promise, the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath. that by two immutable things in which is impossible for Yahawah to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us.
See, the two immutable things. One, he swore by his name, and he promised an oath. The word immutable means immovable, it's fixed, it's unalterable. So the Lord said, I promise you, here's what's going to happen. You get the kingdom of heaven, send my son back. The Lord didn't even have to do that, but he said he did it. Why? For hope's sake. Read that last part.
That by two immutable things in which it is impossible for Yahawah to lie, we might have a strong consolation who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us. Which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil.
So you see that hope? That's our anchor. That's what keeps us going in this. Because the Most High said He's going to do it. This is easy to look at the world and say, man, I don't think the Lord, you know. But you got to have that faith. It's just belief. You got to believe. Like Abraham. Abraham believed without even seeing. The Lord said, you're going to get a seed. And as the years went by, Abraham could have just been like, man, I ain't got no seed. But he kept believing. And that's what was righteousness with the Most High, because he believed. So the Most High promised us, he swore by an oath and by his name, because he could swear no greater, that we are the children of promise, and that's what our hope should be in. The destruction of society and establish it. And that's our anchor right there. That's why the white man don't understand, and that's why these Jakes don't understand, because they don't believe. Jakes will look at you, the non-believing ones, and say, man, you hoping that's going to do something? I want to get out here and I want to make a change. I want to go march. I want to go make documentaries. What's that guy name? I forget.
Bruce Franks.
Yeah, Bruce Franks. This ain't gonna get it done.
Yeah.
He out there making documentaries. What do you think that's gonna do? That ain't gonna change nothing. They'll look at us and be like, man, yeah, I got hope in something. Come on. That's what our ancestors did. That's how the Most High operates. The Most High doesn't have to always present physical evidence for you to believe. He can, and he does do that sometimes. But he goes off the faith, man. He goes off the spirits. You can't see the Lord, man. He's in this kingdom. He's in his throne. You can't see him. If you see anybody, you can see an angel at the very least. You can see the Most High. Too great, man. He's too great. So, in fact, you give me Titus chapter 1 before you go today. Because he talked about how it's impossible for him to lie. And the brother read in Numbers how he's not a man that shall lie. Most High got a lot for him. So if the Most High say he's going to do something, he's going to do it. If he tells you that this so-called white man will surely be put down, that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it's not your day-to-day news, man. But you know the whole world, as we speak right now, the whole world is looking at two people, Jacob and Esau. Jacob being the victim, and Esau being the perpetrator, right? Everything, you got Karen, all that, man. Who's that tied to Esau? These Edomites are losing their shit because they not used to being in the spotlight like this in a negative light. Now everybody's recording all these women calling them Karen and stuff. How do you think that makes them feel? They're losing their shit. They got their own kids coming up against them. They putting the kids out. That's the Lord fulfilling his plan like that. This man's really going down, man. Everybody calling these people Karen. One of these days they're gonna have a name for the man. Right? And Esau really gonna lose his shit. And they're gonna dare him.
When they hear Karen, they get to crying because they know what's coming.
Yeah.
Karen
and Darren? Karen and Darren? Karen and Darren?
They get the crying, boy.
Titus 1. It's just a few verses.
This is just the precept that I had going back to Esau and how he don't keep his word and he breaks covenant. This is Psalms 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Though the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Let's eat something. When has the Most High ever broken His covenant? What can we accuse the Most High of not fulfilling His part? Lord went down the list, man. He said, "And I told you and had these other nations under you. You do this to me. Didn't I do my part? Israel, I did my part, right? What about you? Well, Most High like, what can you accuse me of? You know, it's like a man pleading to his woman. Look, I took care of you. I gave you money and all this. What drove you to, trespass against me? The Most High was saying to Israel, he said, I did all these things for you. I didn't break my word. But now I'm going to fulfill my word and bring these curses upon your ass. You see?
Right.
So Esau wants to walk up and talk about, get on your own nation first. We did. The only reason we're here is because we are lost statutes. We're not out here being unaccountable. Like we are clean, right? And we are here unjustly. No, we're here because we broke the commandments of the Lord. And the Most High specifically said, upon deliverance, He's going to let the world know. That's the only reason why we're here. That's the only reason.
I got a quick definition of that name, Karen.
Oh yeah.
It comes from a few different languages. You got the Danish meaning, which means pure. Then you got the go to Etymon online. You got it comes from the Mongoloid people of Burma, from Burmese, which means wild, dirty, or low caste.
Can you look up I guess the word today? When you type it up.
Dictionary.com, the slang dictionary. There's one out of slang. Karen for the slang dictionary. It's Karen is a pejorative slang term for obnoxious, angry, entitled, and often racist middle-aged white woman who uses her privilege to get her way or police for the peace behavior.
Yeah, that's why they call it Karen. It's only a matter of time, man. White man. But that makes Esau pissed off. Now everybody looking at y'all like you a Karen. They're the laughing stock now. They call us niggas, y'all getting called Karens.
This is Titus chapter 1, verse 1. Paul, a servant of Yahawah, an apostle of Yahawah Shah Mashiach, according to the faith of Yahawah's elect, and the acknowledging of the truth which is after godliness, in hope of eternal life, which Yahawah that cannot lie, promised before the world began.
See, He can't lie. And He promised before the world began. Two immutable things. He swore an oath, and He swore by His name. He can't lie. So it's only a matter of time, man. It's going to be promised. So that's where His promise is much, is concrete versus some fucking constitution. Jake putting they all in the law books and stuff and saying, okay, I know my constitutional rights. He's going up down the street. Esau messing with him. He's holding off his constitutional rights. Esau still tackling his ass. So what good is that piece of paper? It means jack shit. Jack shit. So fuck some constitution. Because we had Jake walk up the camp going off with the constitution and the amendments. This year and that year was put into place. So we should have this. We should be respected. Like the white man just gonna turn that tick off and say, okay, they're a part of the Constitution now. Look at them as an equal.
We still consider less than 3/5 of a man in this country.
And he brought that out too. And we second class citizens. We ran with that word.
Yeah. This is Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. And that goes into how, a lot of these jakes out here, they depend on some of y'all know my constitutional right, but it's slack. You're not going to get that same benefit from the constitutions as these Edomites do. Like, we weren't here to send to prosper. This was just like our time out.
Right.
So you're not going to get that righteous judgment that you seek while you're saying Black Lives Matter or no justice, no peace. You're not going to get that to the heavenly Father sending Yahawah Shah back.
That's right. Black Lives Matter. That's just like saying dead lives matter. Like, you putting a dead label on yourself any damn. Well, our people holding on to that, what Esau that placed on you as something vile or void of being anything. That Black Lives, that's just like saying, dead lives matter. They don't. You're dead. You dead and gone. That's the state our people in. But
I tell you all the time, you don't have a constitution. You shouldn't have to keep going over it if you got it already. It's because you don't have it. You don't have freedom of speech. No, you don't have it. You can't go on YouTube and just talk about the black people. You can't do it. You don't have freedom of speech. They're gonna say, oh, it's hate speech. How's it hate speech? Because you're women. So you don't
telling the truth.
Yeah, but you can't say anything. So are you really in the free? Are you really? Is your media on a free speech platform? No. So you don't have it, man. And you don't have a freedom of belief either. You walk on a job and say, "I'm an Israelite, boss." Boss say, "All right, it was nice knowing you." we ain't having that around here. Not yours. You let the Islam in. I mean, not the woman in here. You can't come here with that Israel stuff.
Hebrews 11:8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should have to receive an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, and not knowing whither he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles, with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which had foundations. For he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is Yahawah.
Yeah, see, that's